Welcome back to Arsenal News TV, and today we're going to look at 5 things we learnt as Willian impresses in Gunners' comeback win. Tielemans put the Foxes ahead, but Luiz, Lacazette and Pepe gave Gunners the points. Arsenal mounted an impressive response to falling behind as they beat Leicester City 3-1 away in the Premier League. The first real attack of any note resulted in a goal, as Tielemans attacked down the right and the Arsenal defence simply continued to back off. So the Belgian went all the way and drilled a low finish into the bottom corner. Jamie Vardy almost made it 2 within seconds, but Bert Leno's poor touch went unpunished after the ball bobbled kindly back to the keeper. Nicolas Pepe was denied a penalty originally given after a VAR review spotted the foul was outside the area, while Harvey Barnes thundered a long-range shot in which was saved at the other end. The turnaround came just before the break though, as Willian's free kick was headed in by David Luiz and Alexander Lacazette smashed home a penalty given a Wilfred Ndidi handball. Brendan Rodgers made a lap change at the break and was forced into another straight after the restart, but Pepe quickly tapped home a third after a brilliant counter-attack and the Foxes were unable to get back in the game. Here are 5 things we learned as the Foxes lost points and Arsenal took the points on Sunday lunchtime, and the first thing on the list is signs of life from Willian. He has had far from an impressive first 7 months as an Arsenal player and isn't even definite inclusion in the strongest 11 right now, but Willian might have just had the week which gets him back on the right path. The Brazilian was involved in the equaliser against Benfica midweek and earned the praise of his manager after an effective appearance off the bench, before being handed a start here among half a dozen changes to the lineup. With lots of space opening on the pitch in a very open match, he was lively and energetic, quick to seize possession and run at the defence, and picked plenty of good passes to keep the Gunners on the front foot. Importantly, there was telling end product again too, with the free kick delivered to Luiz for another assist and a neat cut back into the 6-yard area to Pepe for Arsenal's 3rd goal. So the next thing on the list is England's injury worries. So injuries are an ongoing and recurring theme of the season, and this game was sadly no different, with 2 potential attacking options for Gareth Southgate leaving the match early. Emil Smith-Rowe hasn't been involved with the England squad yet and might have not been called up just yet anyway, but after involvement in 12 successive Premier League games, most as starts, and playing a key role in the Europa League too, he must be at least in the thinking, albeit in a position which has plenty of competition at international level. More pertinently, Harvey Barnes went off on a stretcher. He's having a fantastic season and would definitely have been in the squad, with his versatility, consistency and goal scoring ability all regularly on show. So the next thing on the list are the Foxes starting to fail. Last season, Leicester were 4th until the final weeks of the season, but their campaign really started to stutter around the game week 22 period. From then until the end of the season, 17 league fixtures, they won just 4 times, all against teams in the bottom half and near the relegation zone. We're just beyond the stage now, with this the Foxes' 26th league game of the Premier League campaign. In league terms, their form was perfectly fine recently with back-to-back wins, but with injuries and top players being out, is absolutely starting to have an impact. They were lackluster twice against Slavia Prague in the Europa League, well before their best here against the Gunners, and were hanging on somewhat in the closing stages of the win over Villa. There won't be alarm bells just yet, there's still a long way to go. Form can be recaptured and other clubs will also face another sticky spell between now and the end. But 4 wins in 10 in all competitions, won a 93rd minute FA Cup win after having been second best for much of the game, doesn't sound like the team on the cusp of hitting top gear heading into the final stretch. So the next thing on the list is Vardy's barren streak. Injuries aren't the only problem for Rodgers to contend with. One man who is back and fit isn't firing on all cylinders, and is arguably the most important of all. Jamie Vardy barely had a look in against the Gunners in terms of scoring chances, making it 1 goal in his last 8 Premier League games. And that one was a gift, an open goal after a collision between Liverpool's Alisson and Ozan Kabak. He also played in both legs against Slavia without scoring and against Brighton in the FA Cup, making it just 1 in 11 all told since a goal against Spurs on 20th of December. They need their striking talisman back among the goals just as much as they need 1 or 2 regular of his service providers back on the pitch. So the final thing on the list is the Gunners are looking up. A late turnaround to earn passage into the Europa League last 16 in midweek, then a much earlier comeback here to take the points at the King Power Stadium. It's a fine week for Mikel Arteta's team. The manager might point to good team spirit or character allowing them wins from behind, though he will also privately acknowledge they continue to concede dreadful goals to fall behind in the first place. Errors against Benfica and woeful decision making at the back here simply have to be snuffed out. But wins are wins, and Arsenal move above Tottenham with this 3 points. However, just for a couple of hours, as now Tottenham beat Burnley 4-0. And to highlight their upward current trajectory, consistency is everything, though, and they can't let this progress go on a waste against a struggling side like Burnley next time out. And this has been a fine week for Mikel Arteta, so hopefully the Gunners will be able to continue this form, in my opinion. Hopefully they can go into this current upward trajectory and start to get more wins, start to get more higher up in the places, and hopefully a Europa League trophy. But that's too soon to talk about right now. We'll have to wait and see how the season pans out. But hopefully the Gunners will be able to keep on striving. Hopefully there's a good rotation within the squad. Hopefully there's good spirit and good determination to hopefully finish this season off strongly. But other than that, guys, make sure you guys remain blessed. Stay tuned for the next video, and peace.